the Fukushima disaster escalated to a level 7 on the international scale, a wave of profound panic swept across the globe. This wasn't a minor technical failure, it was an unimaginable human tragedy. We must never forget the devastating 2011 earthquake and tsunami that claimed nearly 20,000 lives, leaving thousands more officially missing. In the chaotic wake of that physical destruction, an invisible threat began to seep into the community, the silent, terrifying fallout of radiation. When the normal institutional boundaries of safety fracture on that scale, a cold realization sets in. You cannot look outward for a rescue team. You cannot sit back and wait for an official script when your life, your health and your family are on the line. You have to look inward, activate your own internal architecture and build a fortress of personal vitality. Your body is not an accidental lump of tissue. It is an energetic masterpiece. When you are fighting an invisible war against environmental toxicity, you cannot afford to play passive defense. You must master the physical and mental tools required to stand completely unshakable under pressure. Today, we are decoding the sovereign shield, a blueprint for environmental rejuvenation. We are pulling back the curtain on invisible stressors that dictate your cellular recovery. We are pulling back the curtain on the invisible stressors that dictate your cellular recovery. We are turning back to the ancient indigenous intelligence of the earth. The blueprint for your defense is already coded into nature. You do not need permission to heal. To understand how to protect your physiology, you must understand the master thermostat of your physical energy, the thyroid gland. The ancient Greeks named it the thyroid because the word literally translates to shield. In advanced energetic frameworks, your thyroid acts as a reservoir for cellular voltage because it possesses immense blood flow and a highly concentrated negative electrical charge. It naturally functions like a powerful biological magnet. If your body is depleted, stagnant, and nutrient deficient, that magnet inadvertently draws in positively charged debris of the modern world, heavy metals, environmental toxins, and radioactive isotopes like cesium-137 and iodine-131. The core architectural law is simple. An empty shield invites destruction. A saturated shield commands absolute protection. History has shown us time and time again that large institutions suffer from a form of structural blindness. Critics and independent journalists have long exposed what they call the nuclear village, the insular alliances of corporate utility companies, bureaucrats and politicians who prioritize institutional narratives over public safety. When mainstream structures turn a blind eye to environmental stress, you must become the sovereign truth talker of your own life. Look at how the Earth itself provides the answer. When the nuclear age faced its darkest hours during the Chernobyl crisis, authorities utilised zeolite, a natural volcanic mineral with a microscopic cage-like crystalline structure capable of binding to and neutralising toxic material. The human body operates on the exact same principle of saturation. When you flood your system with clean, high vibrational nanoscent iodine, you pack your cellular receptor sites to the absolute brim with healthy minerals. When the shield is completely full, toxic environmental static and radioactive fallout have nowhere to dock. They are mathematically forced to pass entirely through your system without taking hold. The proof of this principle isn't found in corporate pharmaceutical advertisements. It is kept alive on the ground by courageous souls who refuse to stand by in times of crisis. We owe a massive debt of gratitude to the grassroots educators and pioneers who stepped onto the front lines. We honour the legacy of activists like Yumi Kikuchi, who who took immediate action to bring children out of high radiation zones into clean, pristine, healing environments to give their immune systems a fresh slate. We honour modern practitioners working on leading-edge energetic medicine, helping individuals shield their biology from both ionising fallout and the ambient artificial static of modern wireless infrastructure. These individuals remind us that your biology is a direct reflection of your environmental inputs. If you feed your mind with collective panic and feed your body with compromised industrial nutrition, you remained trapped in a loop of degeneration. But if you intentionally align your life with clean hydration, heavy metal binders, and dense, wild superfoods, your cells are mathematically compelled to upgrade. To step out of the passive fallout of the modern world and unlock elite physical sovereignty, you must execute 3 principal protocols. 1. Saturate before you are stressed. Do not wait for an environmental crisis to build your fortress. Flood your body daily with trace minerals and nanoscent iodine. Pack your cellular receptor sites so tightly with the good that the bad literally has no room to live. 2. Deploy the deep detox. Incorporate targeted, natural heavy metal binders like fulvic acid, pristine zeolite, and potent wild medicinal spore mushrooms like chaga and reishi into your lifestyle. Heck, even button mushrooms will do. Let nature's cleanup crew scrub your internal architecture daily. 3. Activate somatic pumping. Movement is life. Incorporate intentional physical practices like rebounding or ancient somatic movement while focusing your absolute intent on your endocrine system. Mechanically pump your lymphatic system to flush out stagnant energy and keep the rivers of your biology flowing cleanly. As you implement these steps, remember the power of clean intention. Your thoughts interact directly with your biology. Do not treat your health routine as a tedious chore. Treat it as an active, sacred commitment to your own evolution. The world will always have its challenges, its institutional blind spots, and environmental stresses, but your health does not belong to a corporation, a bureaucrat, or an indifferent system. Your vitality belongs entirely to you. You are fully capable of navigating the toxic static of this modern era. Do not let the scale of the world's problems make you feel small or helpless. Your body possesses a magnificent ancestral intelligence that knows exactly how to heal, synchronize, and perform at the highest level the moment you provide it with the correct elemental tools. The artificial static outside might be roaring, but your spirit remains perfectly centered, grounded, and completely unshakable. Step off the battlefield of this passive survival. Take absolute command of your internal architecture. Build your shield and let your ultimate radiant healing begin. You've got this.